A lot's happened in recent days in terms of gaming. I mean, there's the Oblivion remaster that just shadow dropped out of nowhere. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 looks incredible and it received a 94 on Metacritic as of me making this video. And just now, in fact a couple of minutes ago, Sony just dropped a ton of Ghost of Yotei stuff. And as someone that adored Ghost of Tsushima and have made a few videos on that game, I just have to talk about it. We finally have a release date, new story details, gameplay, and a look at the editions that we can pre-order. So without wasting any more time, let's get into everything that was recently revealed about Ghost of Yotei. So straight off the bat, the first thing I want to go over is the now confirmed release date, which is October 2nd, 2025, and that's quite further than I honestly expected. I was thinking it would release around July or August, but I guess October works. It does seem like it will be competing with GTA 6 though, as it is cutting very close to that game, or maybe GTA 6 is delayed to 2026, who knows? Now, Ghost of Yotei, if you don't know, follows Atsu, a warrior driven by vengeance. The new story details released today mentions that 16 years before the game begins, a ruthless gang known as the Yotei 6 burned her village, murdered her family and left her for dead, literally nailing her to a burning ginkgo tree with a katana. And that same katana is the one that we'll be using throughout the game. Now, years later, Atsu returns to Ezo, or Izo, which is now modern day Hokkaido, with a kill list. The snake, the oni, the kitsune, the spider, the dragon, and their leader Lord Saito. Now, I will say that their designs from the footage on screen looks incredible, especially knowing that there's actual motion capture involved with each cutscene and each character. I will say though, it's a very familiar concept to Assassin's Creed Shadows in that we're hunting down certain targets that killed our family. But you know, I have 100% more faith in Sucker Punch to deliver a masterpiece of a story. It's a classic revenge tale, let's be completely honest. But Sucker Punch hints that it's more than just that. Along her journey, Atsu will uncover deeper truths and meet allies who will help her redefine her purpose. The trailer also dropped today and it's titled The Onryo's List, and it gives us a first look at the Yotei 6 and just how personal this journey really is. So in terms of the setting, as you know, the game takes place in the untamed land of Ezo, or Izo. You know, think of snow-covered forests, volcanic terrain, and remote settlements. It's a beautiful place, and that's something I like about the Ghost games. They have a very unique art style, where it shows that it's not all about having the best graphics. I mean, the new footage on screen shows that art style is so important, especially in video games. And with this new information, the developers are emphasizing exploration even more this time around. Now here is something interesting, though maybe a bit concerning, and that's the story structure. So Ghost of Yotei gives you the freedom to choose which member of the Yotei 6 to go after first, creating a non-linear narrative path. And as someone who liked Assassin's Creed Shadows, I found that kind of structure to be a major drawback. The non-linear approach made it harder for the story to flow naturally, and the protagonist could not really grow or evolve over time, because the game had to prevent you from playing key moments too early. That said, I am a lot more optimistic with Ghost of Yotei. The big difference here is that it's just one protagonist, which is Atsu, which hopefully means the writers can focus on delivering a strong, consistent character arc without juggling multiple storylines. But aside from that, the new details released today also revealed that you can also track other dangerous enemies for bounties, or train with hidden weapon master senseis around the world to gain new skills. It sounds like a kind of mix between Ghost of Tsushima's narrative depth and a more open-ended sandbox style structure. Now, in terms of gameplay details, we did also get a lot of information. So Sucker Punch also teased new mechanics that take it beyond what Ghost of Tsushima did. One of the most interesting ones is the ability to glimpse Atsu's past. This sounds like a storytelling mechanic that lets you relive her trauma, her training, and everything that she lost. It could be similar to the flashback sequences with Jin and his uncle in Tsushima, but, you know, deeper and more dynamic. It also reminded me of the Sumi-E minigame from Shadows. Now that I think about it, it certainly does sound like both Shadows and Yotei have a very similar design, or is that just me? They've also confirmed that exploration will feel more immersive. You'll be able to make camp anywhere in the world, rest under the stars and take in the scenery. Some activities from Ghost of Tsushima are returning too, like possibly composing haiku or meditating in quiet spots. And yes, there are new weapons, which is something improved upon from Ghost of Tsushima. There's a katana, the kusurigama, and the tanegashima, which is basically rifles, so that's going to be interesting to see. Now let's get into the pre-order bonuses and additions, because there's a lot to unpack here. Now, pre-orders officially open on May 2nd at 10 AM local time, and no matter which version you pre-order, you'll get a unique in-game mask and a set of 7 PSN avatars featuring concept of Atsu and the Yotei 6. Now the standard edition is priced at $70, which is the norm nowadays, and it includes the base game. The digital deluxe edition is $80, and it includes the Snake's armor set, an alternate dye for your starting armor, a unique horse color and saddle dye, an in-game charm, a gold sword kit, and early access to Traveler's Maps, which help locate upgrade statues. So there's that, I guess. But the main one I want to talk about is the Collector's Edition, because it's great, but there's also a big flaw that we need to address. Now, the Collector's Edition includes everything from the Deluxe Edition and a whole bundle of physical items. You get a full-scale replica of Atsu's ghost mask made of resin with a display stand. I'm pretty sure it's designed to match the scale of Jin's mask from the Ghost of Tsushima Collector's Edition. You get a replica sash with the names of the Yote 6 members embroidered onto it, a replica of the Katana Suba forged by Atsu's father, a patch of coins and instructions to play Zeni Haijiki, which also gives us some information on a traditional minigame featured in the world of Yote. There's a foldable paper ginkgo tree and wolf figurine, which I think is a nice little nod to Atsu's origins, a set of 4 5x7 art cards showing off the sash, the mask, the wolf and the game's key art, and also the game. But the problem is the game is a digital code, not a physical copy, and that's a massive red flag. You know, you're charging premium price, offering all this beautifully crafted physical content, and then you don't include a physical copy of the game? You know, if somebody's buying a collector's edition, they are clearly the kind of person who values tangible collectible items. They're the people who want the game on their shelf, next to their display pieces, not buried in a menu behind a download screen. Not to mention, you know, digital only means you don't actually own the game. You're at the mercy of servers, licensing and even DRM. Now, years from now, when PSN eventually sunsets support or the servers go down, that beautiful collector's edition might be missing the one thing that matters the most, the goddamn game itself. Now, if I'm dropping serious money on the collector's edition of a game, I want the full package. Give us the disc. Physical media still matters, especially to collectors. And this is a recent trend that's now happening in games. I mean, it's happening with Death Stranding 2's Collector's Edition, where they're releasing the game as a digital game and not a physical game. So yeah, that's everything we know right now about Ghosts of Yote from the new information revealed. The story, the gameplay, the additions, it does seem like it's going to be a worthy spiritual successor to Ghost of Tsushima. And, you know, honestly, I couldn't be more excited, especially after how amazing the first game was. The release date does seem like it's close to GTA 6, so I wonder how that's gonna play out. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And with all that said, I will see you in the next one.